This Week with the Morning Q crew.
Q93 Alexandria's number one hit music station. Have you been to a restaurant lately, Brendan?
Yeah, I go to restaurants all the time.
Cool. I got some restaurant etiquette questions I want to ask you, all right?
Okay.
So is it okay to ask for a to-go container to take leftovers home? Is that cool or uncool? Acceptable or unacceptable?
I think it's acceptable.
Okay, 93% say that is acceptable. Some places, they don't have that, so you can't really ask for it, but where they have the availability to take something home, I think it's cool. Sending back a dish that wasn't made as specified, is that acceptable or not?
So, say that one again.
Sending back a dish that wasn't made as specified.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You can send that back.
84% agree with you. My only thing is I try not to make a scene. Like, unless the food is just horrible or I'm allergic, they didn't do something right. Like, I'll eat it.
Yeah,
you know?
If I say, hey, I want my food this way, can you prepare it that way? And they say, yes, absolutely. I watch them write it down. They take the ticket to the back, and then they come out, and the food's not made to the way that they agreed upon making it for me. I'm gonna just very, very kindly say, hey, is there any way that I could get this the way that I had mentioned?
For example, though, like if I order some boiled shrimp, right? And let's say they're like kind of hard. They don't seem fresh.
Right.
I'm probably just going to eat it and be happy with it. I'm not going to make a big scene out of it. I know some people be like, this isn't fresh. Like I thought sometimes they're not made the same.
Interesting point.
Taking photos of your food, cool or uncool?
I mean, depends on if you want to, why not? It's your food at that point. You're paying for it.
75% say it's acceptable. Got to take a picture and post it on the IG.
Right.
Just got to. Asking to be seated before the entire party arrives. Is that acceptable or not?
I think if you get there early and you know it's going to be a busy function or something like that, go ahead and reserve the table and then tell everybody where you're sitting. So that way you don't have to wait.
I know some places they will not let you sit unless like the majority of your party is there already.
Right.
So I know some places are implementing that. Asking for a table near a power outlet to charge your devices.
That one's a little iffy. I'm not sure about that.
51% say it's acceptable. So, taking an extended period of time to decide what to order. Do you take forever, Brendan?
Sometimes I do. If I've never been to the place, then absolutely I'm going to take my time.
When I've been with you, you've been pretty quick though when you decide.
Yeah, because we usually go to a place that I've been before.
You're like, I want what I always get.
Right.
Sometimes I'll ask for a little bit of time, but normally I know what I want before, because I've been thinking about it all day before I get to that restaurant.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I know what I want.
Especially if it's a nice restaurant or something like that.
Flirting with the staff, is that acceptable?
I mean, if they're flirting back, absolutely.
It's kind of awkward though if you're with your family, you know?
Right. Don't do it if you're with your family.
If you're with your friends or your bros, that's different.
That's one thing, especially if they're feeling it.
Yeah. Bringing outside food or drinks into the restaurant.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I agree. 71% say no, don't do that. By the way, on the flirting thing, 57% said no. So
that just means they have no game.
No riz.
No riz.
Debating menu prices with the staff.
Oh, don't do that. I mean, obviously, they put the menu price there. It's kind of written in stone.
84% agree with this. They say it's not cool to do that. They agree with you, Brandon. Like, plus, the staff has nothing to do about the prices.
Granted, there are cultures where that's very normal.
Really?
And, I mean, if you go overseas to some countries, that's kind of how they go about things. If you go to one of their little food stands in the middle of the road and such,
right,
you could say, how much is this? And then they tell you.
That's a food
and then
stand.
You barter.
This is a restaurant.
I know. I'm just saying that there's some cultures that's
right,
normal. So some people that maybe are from those cultures, they may want to do that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But like your waiter and stuff, they don't have a say in the price. You know, that's the only.
I'm just trying to think a little outside the box.
Allowing their children to roam freely.
Don't do that.
I've experienced that before. Don't. 90% say it's not okay. It's not acceptable. Contain your children or don't bring them in public places.
Do you think that you should be able to have headphones, like full headphones on and like iPad at the table?
If it keeps your child from running all over the place
no
and jumping
way,
in
dude.
people's laps.
No.
Like, I've had a friend that was at a restaurant before, and their kids were running all over the place, and my friend kindly asked the parents, well, they corrected the kid, like, hey, could you go back to your parents or whatever? And the parents got mad. Control your kids, and some other person won't have to do it for you.
Right.
And lastly, Brendan, saying they won't pay for a dish they didn't like. Would you find that acceptable or unacceptable?
Unacceptable. You ordered it. You knew what was coming on it. All that kind of stuff. Your waiter or waitress is the person that is that middle person, and they are explaining to you what's going to be on it, what the price is, how it's going to be. I mean, people sometimes they're nervous to ask the waiter or waitress, How does it taste? What is it like? Don't be nervous. That's why they're there.
That's why they're asking.
That's why they're asking what you want, so that way they can help you find out what you want.
90% say it's not acceptable to not pay for a dish you didn't like.
Yeah.
Especially if you like eat the whole thing and then you're like,
I didn't really like that.
But you ate the whole dish. Like, eat a bite and then be like, oh,
I'm so full. But I didn't really like that. I'm not paying.
There's people that do that. They try to beat the system.
Yep.
It's lame.
I've seen it recently, man. I've seen it first person.
Yeah.
Maybe not first person.
We eat out.
First person would be implying that I did it. Not first person. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, you and I, when we went to a restaurant nearby.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Ate the whole thing, and he's like, you know what? You didn't put what I wanted on it. It's like, get out of here, dude. We'll be right back. It is April, so you know what that means.
I'm waiting. Are you gonna tell me?
I was waiting for you to do it.
No,
but you know what? Since I carry this show, I'll do both. I'll do the opening line of the joke, and I'll deliver the joke, okay?
Let's do it.
It's gonna be May. So may all the
did that feel cool whenever you did that?
No, not really. It's cooler if we both do it because I don't feel as much as a loser.
Do it again.
It's April, so you know what that means. It's gonna be May.
That was better. Okay. You sounded more confident. I liked it. That was good.
Because you hurt my feelings that you didn't partake.
No, but I gave you a chance. I gave you a chance to be confident about it.
Because you said it yesterday.
I did say it yesterday, but if I say it every day, then it's gonna be too repetitive.
I was expecting you to, do that part.
I feel like if you tried it one more time,
it's April, so you know what that means. It's gonna be May.
That was it. That was the one.
All that I do.
See, look, you've tied it all together.
For you.
You did it.
So may the force be with you. Get ready for all the jokes, the cosplaying, the merch, and the movies, Brent, because Finance Buzz wants to pay a Wookiee Rookie. I think that's a play with...
A Wookiee Rookie?
Yeah, is that like a play of something on Star Wars? W-O-O-K-I-E.
That's got to be a play on words for
Wookiee
some...
Rookie?
Well, I mean, a Wookiee is it's like a creature in
what I thought, yeah.
in the movies, but I've never heard Wookiee Rookie before.
Well, they want to pay you $1,000 to watch all 9 Star Wars movies in the Skywalker saga. So I don't think you could do this, Brandon, because I think they want a rookie, someone who hasn't seen the Star Wars films before.
So my thing is that I think I've seen all of the Skywalker ones.
Oh, then you're...
See, I'm not like... There's levels to like Star Wars nerds. I am the level of like, you put it on, I'll be like, oh, this is neat. But then there's people that are like, do you know that the backstory behind this is that there's actually a zombie apocalypse?
I don't like these saga films because they forced a female lead character with no backstory.
Like, there's people, I mean, you have your own kind of like fan verse or whatever with Harry Potter. I'm sure you know that there's levels to it where there's people that are like, you put this on, I'm going to watch it, cool. And then there's also people that are like, I'm a Slytherin and I'm so scary. And you're like, dude, chill out. Like, that's a little bit too much. Like, I'm just enjoying the movie.
Yeah, they're way extreme. But so you can't do this, Brandon. They want someone that hasn't seen any of this.
That stinks.
But whoever does get chosen, they'll get to rate and evaluate the movies and order them watch them based on their release. And it starts with episode 4. And since it's 25 hours and 7 minutes of movie watching, they're going to add $1,000 for snacks, or rather $100 for snacks and streaming fees. You got to be 18 to apply. At least 18 applications are being accepted until May the 4th. You know why? Because it's April, and that means it's gonna be May soon.
See, now you're beating a dead horse. Now you're taking a little over the top.
I do like to beat a dead horse. When we come back, sorry for all the dead horses out there.
Yeah, man.
When we come back,
that's kind of a sensitive subject, man.
Birthday anniversary announcements. I'm sure we're gonna get a call like, my horse just died.
That's not okay.
Let's make you feel a little bit smarter today. We got 5 random facts for you. Number 1, 4% of people have never had a headache. That must be nice. I get those sinus headaches. I had that this past weekend because the weather, I guess, was changing. Gosh, I hate that when your head just hurts. It's like someone has your head in a vice grip.
I'm gonna be real, and I may be alone in this.
Probably so.
I'm not sure if I definitively have ever had a headache, or it's the placebo of knowing that headaches exist, and whenever I'm not feeling my best, I assume it's a headache. Does that make sense?
That doesn't make sense.
So
I'm looking at your head right now.
No, don't do that.
Trust me, you've had a headache.
No, don't do that. But genuinely, I know headaches exist. I grew up in a family where like my mom would talk about headaches. I mean, just anybody knows about headaches. And on days whenever I'm not feeling my best, I would assume that's a headache. I'm not sure I'm actually having a headache or if I'm just believing I have a headache.
I don't think I've ever had just a headache. It's always been like probably sinus headache or
Right.
like blood pressure or something, right?
I've been lightheaded before. I know what being lightheaded feels like.
Some people, they have like migraines.
But I don't know
headaches.
if I've had like a genuine headache. I couldn't
tell you, Brennan.
You couldn't.
Because I'm not in your head.
You're not. Perrier. Sorry. Let me try that again. You ready? Perrier is naturally carbonated, but the carbon dioxide that makes the bubbles is removed when it's purified. So when they add carbonation back in artificially at the end.
Number 3, before Phil Hartman became famous, he designed cover art for albums by America and Poco.
Jameson sells more Irish whiskey in the United States than every other brand combined. Bushmills is second, but Jameson still outsells them by 1,300%, Josh. I have some Jameson in my house right now.
Nice. Number 5, your body contains about 0.2 milligrams of gold. That's worth roughly 1 penny. So you're worth 1 penny. But the good
minimum.
news is, to Jesus, you're worth a lot more than that.
That's at minimum, Josh.
Let me tell you something, Brandon.
Because I've seen how much kidneys sell on the black market. I've seen all
the
that.
one you don't want to get to your dog?
I'm not going to get, especially if I can sell that for a profit, man. I could buy 2 dogs.
Speaking of parts you could sell. So yesterday I go check my mail, right? And I see this letter, and it says on the top, "You live near a pipeline," okay? And I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, there's oil under my house. I'm about to get rich, right? Maybe. So I tell the lady at the desk, I'm like, hey, apparently I live by a pipeline. I might become rich. And I was like, probably not, but we'll see. So I get home, I open it. You know who sent me a letter in the mail?
Who?
Louisiana 811.
There you go.
Our friend Cole. It was just a survey. It was just a survey with a little brochure of some information to call before you dig and stuff like that. I was like, damn, I thought I would hit gold. I was going to be rich. So my
This is a
dreams
little bit
blew up.
This is a little bit off kilter of what you said, but you mentioned your home, and it made me think of our plant updates. I found the culprit of who was eating.
I like how you're finally doing
I
this
found the
plant
culprit
update.
of who was eating on my plant. It
Your
was
dog?
a singular. It was a singular caterpillar. I have caterpillars all over my backyard. They're the big black fuzzy ones, and I haven't seen any of those in my plant pot. And I was like, I know it's not these because I would see it and I was checking. And yesterday I got home for lunch and there was a very, very thin, small, it was like almost a gray, like white, creamish colored caterpillar. And it was on one branch of my little tree.
Wow, you caught
and
him in the
I
act.
saw it and I was like, I found the culprit. And so I flicked it off. And whenever I flicked it, man, that thing went flying. I kind of felt bad after it.
It's caterpillar season. They're everywhere, and I got stung by one. I still have red dots where it got me on my pinky.
But this one wasn't one of those, the spiky ones. It was a different kind.
Yeah, those are probably too heavy to be on your plant.
Yeah.
Some big caterpillars.
Yeah.
Well, at least you figured out, you know that it will be temporary, right?
Hopefully my plant grows back.
My plant's bigger than yours. You never know when we'll have a plant update.
Never know.
Crazy criminal.
Yeah, Josh, I feel like our crazy criminals always involve fast food. I feel like they always involve some drive-through, some fast food, and this is no exception. A 40-year-old man in Colorado named Eugene Robertson was found guilty of multiple charges, including a bizarre interaction at a Burger King in 2022. He'd gone through the drive-through and offered to pay with a baggie of drugs instead of money.
Oh,
the employee
gosh.
refused, so, of course, Eugene, he pulled a gun on him. He didn't shoot, and he drove off. Then he tried pulling a similar stunt at a 7-Eleven across the street. A witness later told the police that there was something off about Eugene, and he was also talking about God and carrying a Bible with a purple cover. He pulled a gun on the 7-Eleven employee and did fire that time. A witness pulled out a gun and fired back, but there was a brief gunfight. No one was hit. Eugene did shoot out a surveillance camera, though. Eugene drove off, and 15 minutes later, he was shooting into an apartment where a friend lived. The woman who lived there said that Eugene knocked, but she refused to open the door. The police
Keep it knocking, but you can't come in. What?
The police showed up and found Eugene in the bushes. He was arrested. The cops asked Eugene if he was okay, and he said he was not physically hurt, but his feelings were hurt, Josh. This is a long rap sheet for a one-night venture, but Eugene has warrants out on additional cases that are still open. For this case, he was convicted of attempted first-degree murder with extreme indifference, menacing, reckless endangerment, illegally discharging a firearm, possession of methamphetamine, and harassment. You ready for this, Josh? He's facing more than 400 years in prison.
And he'll probably not spend one in prison. They'll probably let
I
him
can't
out.
say anything on that, but I can tell you this. If somebody offered to pay for their food and drugs, I don't think I'm accepting it.
Well, no, you can't accept that as an employee.
Yeah, you can't accept that. You can't put that in the register.
No. And there's
Whenever you go and do the
security
cash count at the
cameras.
end of the night, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, this is green, but this is not actual currency.
But you know what? They could have done? They could have taken the drugs, given him his food, and just paid the $10 or whatever for the meal, and then you got your drugs for pretty
That's
cheap.
awful, Josh. Do not encourage this type of behavior.
There is a lot going on in that story, and it's always like at Burger King, I feel like. Burger King, it's wild at Burger King at night.
Burger King has some crazy stuff going on. Josh, the internet, as you know, is a very super weird place sometimes, especially whenever it comes to memes and trends and all of that kind of stuff. And there's a current meme on social media where people are posting this. So the format is blank would be a beautiful name for a baby girl, but it isn't a beautiful name. It's an absurd name like Ponderosa or Peanut Butter Bagel or something crazy like that. If you're wondering why, well, you're asking too much of the internet. Here are some of the best ones.
I was about to say why. Is there
Right.
a point to this?
I have no clue, but here are some of the best ones. Activia would be a beautiful name for a baby girl. Ramen would be a beautiful name for a baby girl. Sega Dreamcast would be a beautiful name for a baby girl. Velveeta would be a beautiful name for a baby girl. And I think what the concept is see the word, hear the word, don't associate it to it what its regular definition is, but just hear how it sounds. So
Think of it as a girl name.
just think of it as a name, not what it is. So, you ready,
helps,
Josh?
that
You ready?
helps.
So don't think of what it is. Just think of the name, Calamari. If you heard of a young lady named Calamari, you'd be
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that's a beautiful name.
That all works for the ones you mentioned for the Sega Dreamcast. I'm not sure how that would be a girl.
yeah, maybe Dreamcast. I don't know.
Or Sega.
don't
Maybe
know.
Sega.
Brita Filter is one. Kitchenette, Marshmallow, Alimony, Agony,
Agony, I
Tilapia.
could see that.
Tilapia kind of works. I kind of see that one.
Kind of like Avery, but Agony, right? Avery,
Yeah,
Agony,
you know, I have one.
or Ivory.
I have one that I've previously thought of. Where, listen, Josh, in my future, one of my only dreams is to have a family of my own.
You're gonna have a baby girl called
And so I'm
Sega
not like
Dreamcast.
super deep into it. I know a lot of people like to have like notepads of like all the names of their
Yeah.
future children and stuff like that. I don't have that, but I have a general idea of like what direction I would like to go in names and such.
Right.
And whenever I would think about if I had a daughter, A names are cool. I like A names for young ladies. And I remember whenever I was thinking about it, I thought Ambrosia was a beautiful name.
Ambrosia.
I think that's a beautiful name. And then I was like, why am I thinking of ambrosia? What does ambrosia even mean? It's a dessert, Josh. It is it's pretty much a fruit salad. And if it wasn't a fruit salad, I think that would be a beautiful name.
Ambrosia Brown? I don't know.
I think
about that one,
I think
Brandon.
ambrosia's kind of a beautiful
I don't
name.
know. Are you biased toward ladies that have an A name?
Not really. I think like I don't know. I think like in my head, A is like a very pretty name. Like something that starts with an A.
Like Oriana.
Ariana's a pretty name, yeah. Can you think of
Anna.
any?
Funny
You
story
took
here.
a pause right there.
Funny-
You couldn't think
I
of another
think
A
anything.
name.
Funny thing. So this is kind of off subject, but so I was on the phone with customer service because my internet provider saying I didn't pay my bill when I did.
Right.
My bank is showing that they did. So I'm having that debacle, and I'm with the customer service for the internet provider. It's like some foreigner, right? And he's giving me the reference number. I'm giving him the reference number for where my bank is saying I did pay.
Right.
And I'm going through the letters, right? And he kept making me repeat it over and over. I was about to lose my mind because, you know, it wasn't that long. It's like JI710.
Don't give him the actual number, Josh.
And the last one, well, no, it was just the reference number. And then the last two is PU. And I was kind of like they do. I was like Z as in zebra. And I was like P as in Pat, because I guess Pat Cloud maybe came to mind. And I couldn't think of anything for you, so I just said U as in Uranus.
Oh my gosh, you are
And I couldn't help but chuckle because it was so funny. I was like, I just
under.
bust out laughing.
You as in under
Oh, that would've
or
worked too,
something.
yeah.
Let me reel it back in real quick. Josh, Do you have any names that you have thought about in the future that you think would be a good name for a young lady, or just a general name for if you had a daughter?
I've liked, this is for a boy, but Dominic.
Dominic, okay.
There's some that I hear from time to time. I'm like, oh, especially doing this show, but I always forget them. I need to make a list because I'm one of those people like, oh, I don't need to write that down. I'll remember it. And the next day I'm like, well, what was I supposed to remember? So I probably need to start making a list.
Probably.
Keep it right here on Q93.
Just a reminder, it is National Brandon Day, but it is also Distracted Driving Awareness Month. So someone had experts list the top distractions that can cause a crash. Here are the top 9. Number 9 is pets. It's why restraints for dogs are a good idea.
It's not only a distraction for you, but the people passing you.
Right.
Because
you want to see the pooch.
Yeah, there's times where I look and I'm like, oh, look at the doggy, you know? It's like, oh.
Messing with onboard systems, meaning things like the AC or the radio. There's no need to change the radio station. Keep it right here on Q93.
You need to take your own advice, Brandon, because when we went to New Orleans, you were messing with my radio. I finally got it fixed. I had to totally disconnect my phone from my CarPlay and Bluetooth and just totally reconnect to it because it kept wanting to connect like to the Wi-Fi of it. And I couldn't do anything else on my phone. Even the GPS wouldn't work.
It's not my fault. I asked your permission before I plugged my phone in or anything like that.
When you plugged it in, it took over and it made your phone like...
That's not my issue. I asked permission, you gave me permission, and so you have to deal with the repercussions of it.
Next time, charge your phone beforehand.
Okay. Eating and driving. It can be just as dangerous as texting and driving. You got to be careful. Got to keep both hands on that wheel.
Not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty good at driving and eating at the same time.
This is the wrong time to brag about that, Josh. Other passengers, it's especially dangerous with teen drivers and their friends. Reaching for stuff like something in the back seat, or if you like drop a fry maybe, since you're so good at eating it in the car.
I'm not going to eat a fry off the floor.
Abusing substances or lacking sleep, those count as distractions too. Looking at stuff outside your vehicle. Billboards cause quite a few accidents, actually. Cell phones, that should be an obvious one. That includes texting and things like messing with your GPS, and then daydreaming if you're bored and just not paying attention. That one's number 1. So you need to make sure you're paying attention. Eyes on the road.
Not to brag, but I'm pretty good at daydreaming and driving.
Oh my
too.
Goodness. Quit with all the bragging.
So tell me more about this chocolate pandemic.
A viral disease is ravaging the cacao trees in West Africa, where more than half the world's chocolate originates. This is in Ghana and the Ivory Coast. It's called the Cacao Swollen Shoot Virus Disease, or CSSVD.
Is that how you pronounce it? Cacao?
Cacao.
Sounds like you have a stuttering problem.
Cacao.
You say cow.
Yeah,
cacao.
it's cacao. And it spreads thanks to the mealy bugs that feed on the trees. Once infected, the plant exhibits symptoms like swelling of the stems and roots, red veins on immature leaves, and the cacao pod shrinking.
Sounds painful.
Experts estimate that CSSVD caused harvest loss of 15% to 20% in Ghana, Josh.
So it's not just your plant that's getting eaten up by insects.
No, but some people, they may say, well, 15 to 20%, that's not a lot. But they've lost more than 254 million cacao trees in recent years due to this virus. Fighting the virus has been tough, mostly because the mealybugs have become highly resistant to pesticides. But there is hope. Thanks to vaccines. Seriously, I'm not being facetious. Scientists have begun inoculating crops with CSSVD vaccines. They do work, but the problem is they're expensive and many of the farmers are low paid. The main question you're probably asking is, okay, so will this really impact the availability of chocolate? It's hard to say, but the New York Post is sounding the alarm. An expert says this virus is a real threat to the global supply of chocolate. And the Post says you might want to stock up while you can.
Oh gosh, no, don't tell people that. It's going to be like
I know, it's like the toilet paper all over again. This isn't the only issue. The chocolate industry has already been dealing with supply chain disruptions because climate change is causing poor harvests that have jacked up prices, so they say. So some of the companies
ship took down the Baltimore Bridge.
Right. Some of the companies that process cacao haven't been able to afford the beans either. So Josh, you might want to go buy some chocolate while you can, or else those prices, they may be inflated soon.
Like everything else.
And it's all because of a COVID-like pandemic in these trees.
The good news is I'm not a big chocolate person. I mean, I'll enjoy a chocolate candy bar every now and then, but I could live without chocolate if it would go extinct.
I don't
Hopefully
think
we don't
I
get
don't,
to
I
that
don't
point, but
believe we'll get to a point where chocolate's going to be extinct.
hashtag protect the cacao trees.
Cacao.
Is feeling annoyed the new normal? 2/3 of people in a poll say they're generally more annoyed now than ever before. 45% said they can't remember the last time they went a full 24 hours without feeling irritated by something. The average is 3 annoying things a day. Brandon, what'd you say?
I say that I am annoyed right now. I'm irritated right now due to the fact that my car decided to just, give me the rough of it this morning. I woke up, Josh. I was telling you, I woke up this morning. I was feeling okay. I got plenty of sleep. I had a good meal last night. I was like, okay, today's a good day. Today's all right. I had my plans set. I was ready, and I was on the way here, and I had no issues, and I was not even a mile away, Josh. I mean, you picked me up. You know I was
It's
really
very
close.
Yeah.
My car, it just was like, it said that my engine coolant temperature was too high. My engine was overheating. And granted, this is a newer vehicle. It's not a brand new vehicle, but it's a newer vehicle. And so that was frustrating. And so now I'm having to let the engine cool. Hopefully I can get some coolant, some extra coolant into the engine. And if it's not fixed by then, I'm going to have to spend bukus of money
That you don't have.
further fix this vehicle that I have the money, but it will mean that I am eating probably
Ramen noodles.
bread sandwiches.
Sour Patch Kid
and
Oreos.
I didn't misspeak whenever I said bread sandwiches. I mean maybe a piece of bread a day.
It's going to be okay. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, Brandon. You're all having a plan. You're going to have a good day today, and then boom, life hits you in the face.
Well, hopefully I can roll with the punches.
Yeah, sometimes life be like that.
Very insightful, Josh.
Sometimes
life be like that.
life be like that.
You know what? Tell me about these other irritations because I just want to hear more about how sometimes life be.
Life be like this, man. There's irritations.
Tell me how life
that might
be, man.
occur today. Like the last person in the bathroom uses the toilet paper, they don't replace the roll.
That does suck.
That burns my behind.
That sucks.
When someone could hold the door for you, but they don't, and the door just slams right onto you.
I've found it ever so frequent that since people have their cell phones out at all times, they don't even check behind them. They just swing it open and they let it close behind them. And I'm not very far behind. And it takes everything in me not to go, hey, because I want to alert them that I'm there.
Cyclists who hog the road. Isn't that irritating when you're trying to drive? I know you're supposed to watch out for the pedestrians and all that, but they kind of need to do normal things
and it's not
too.
As though the infrastructure of central Louisiana is built for cyclists either.
No, the roads are so jacked up.
Yeah.
With the service road
Not a very
on top of the service
cycle-friendly,
road, on top of another service
Not
road.
a very cycle-friendly area.
Slow walkers, especially when you're in a hurry, that drives me crazy. And really, I just need to be patient. But man, some people, God, it's like a sloth. It's like, come on, move it or lose it. I'm getting irritated just thinking about it.
People that don't use their blinker is a good one.
Yeah. You can't remember a password. That's irritating.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate whenever they just throw at you. They say, hey, you know what? Your password's expired. Come up with a new one. I hate that.
I'm like, I didn't have time to just reset my password today. Like, who are you to decide this?
You're trying to get into the account, and it's just, hey, you know what? We're not going to let you in.
It's
Change
for
your password.
protection, but you know what? Just let me get hacked. I don't care.
I just want the same password, man.
No, don't get hacked because that's a whole headache. Bad parkers who take up more than one
Oh,
space.
it's the worst.
And you can't get in your space. It ticks me off so bad. You had mentioned don't use turn signals. Being stuck on hold. Ever been on customer service and you just hear the music playing over and over and over and over again? Potholes, a.k.a. Louisiana. Although they're doing a good job where I live to fixing the roads. That one road I used to take, man, I don't think you were here during that time. That road was so jacked up. Now it's so nice because they repaved it all. People want to drive around it like it's NASCAR. They're like, rah! They want to go like 80 miles an hour. You couldn't do that before because you would lose the front end of your car.
It all goes back to budgeting, man. Whenever you think about what our leaders of our state are deciding to budget for,
It's true.
you're going to have to kind of pinch pennies in other places to make those roads better. And so I don't know how deep the pockets of Louisiana are to fix all these
They're
roads.
not deep. Maybe legalize marijuana and tax it, but then they still wouldn't take the money
Yeah, I
and
don't
put it
think
where
that would
it need
help
to go.
much.
Someone doesn't clean up after their dog and you accidentally step in. Like step in gum or dog poop, never fun.
I think gum is arguably worse because then it collects everything.
Yeah.
And the dog poop you can rinse off with water, but the gum, it's stuck to the bottom of your shoe. It's collected everything that you've stepped on since you haven't recognized that you stepped on gum.
Or even if you stepped in like some sticky soda or something and like your foot sticks on everything, you just hear it all day long. It drives me insane. So let us know what's a everyday irritation for you that occurs. Maybe one happened this morning. Maybe you had vehicle issues. Maybe you stepped in some poop. Let us know. 318-473-0093.
I think poo is a more appropriate word, Josh.
I said poop.
You said poop. I'm saying poo is a more appropriate word.
Like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Or shoot us a DM on the socials, Q93 Alexandria and at Morning Q Crew. You know, Brandon, it's going to be okay, Brandon.
I know. Everything's going to be okay.
When you think you got the answers, life changes the questions on you. It just happens like that.
It's a pop quiz is what's happening today.
So you're saying that some new airline rules were passed?
And this is big time news, Josh. It really is. So have you paid more to take a certain flight at a specific time only to have a delay or cancellation completely derail your schedule? Because most of us have, and usually there's little to no compensation from the airlines. Well, Josh, that is changing. Department of Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
No, that's not
Buttigieg.
it. No, it's Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. Sorry.
As Donald Trump would say,
Buttigieg. Well, I'm just going to report. I'm just going to say Pete. Okay. He had a news conference yesterday where he announced that within 6 months, airlines will be required to comply with new rules, which will require cash refunds for cancellations and long delays as an expansion of passenger rights. Passenger rights, baby. We need these. But you won't get $300 for a 1-hour delay. Here's how it'll work. Passengers will be entitled to a refund if their flight is canceled or significantly changed, and they do not accept alternative transportation or travel credits. This includes airlines changing your itinerary before the day of your trip. The delays covered would be more than 3 hours for domestic flights and more than 6 hours for international flights. This includes tickets purchased directly from airlines, travel agents, and third-party sites like Expedia and Travelocity.
What were they doing before when they canceled your flight?
Usually they'd be like, oh, we'll give you a couple points or something.
Or a credit to book another flight.
A credit or something. But they wouldn't reimburse you for if your flight was canceled or anything like that.
That's insane.
Exactly, Josh. It's ridiculousness.
I didn't realize that.
Right. So to be clear, you get the refund if you don't take the later delayed or rescheduled flight. So if your flight is canceled and they're able to put you on a flight the next morning, if you opt to take it, that's accepting alternative travel. This is basically to save travelers from having to haggle and chase down compensation if they need to bail on a flight because of a delay or cancellation. They have to give you a refund in cash. So none of those travel vouchers that I was telling you about, Josh. The DOT is also requiring, DOT, I say DOT. The DOT is also requiring airlines to give cash refunds on luggage if your bags are lost and not delivered to you within 12 hours. So they're even going to help you out with your lost baggage, dude.
That happens a lot, too.
Josh, the new rules also force airlines to refund you for extra services you specifically paid for and didn't get, like Wi-Fi, premium seat selections, and in-flight entertainment. So big news for passengers, airline rights. It's going to be big time for us, and thank goodness it's finally happening.
Those airlines, man, they must really be thrilled with this.
And I'm glad that you are able to kind of learn right here because you don't really know all of the struggles with this.
No, I've only flown 4 times, and all 4 times I've never had any delays. I think it might have got delayed maybe 30 minutes, an hour, but that I've never had any issues.
And
I didn't
lose
my luggage.
A large reason this is so significant in part is because people that travel a lot through airlines, if they're trying to catch connecting flights and their first flight is delayed, then they're not going to catch that next flight. So they need that compensation. They don't want a travel voucher. I want to be able to have money so I can get my next flight as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now they just need to get Boeing Airline to stop having their planes fall apart.
Yeah,
Everything will be great.
That might be the next step. Maybe getting airplanes to stop falling apart in the air.
Good job, Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. So this website asked New Yorkers to submit their suggestions for sidewalk etiquette, and I figured, if it's good for New Yorkers where there's a lot of foot traffic, it's got to be good for us here in Central Louisiana, right? So here's what they say. Keep to the right, just like you're driving. And this is hard for a lot of people. Keep to the right. In America, at least, stay on the right side to allow for people to walk the opposite direction on your left. Traffic will move a lot quicker, especially in very congested areas, if everyone going stays on the right, everyone coming stays on the left.
Permission to ramble, Josh. Permission to ramble.
Go ahead.
Okay. If people would just maybe consider having traffic laws you have to learn them to drive, right? if people would consider utilizing those in the grocery store,
Right.
the shopping experience would be infinitesimally better, Josh, because people are going
Yep.
on in the right side of things. They're coming down that lane.
Yep.
No, just if you're on the right side, you're going forward, and if you're on the left side, I mean,
Instead, it's a free-for-all.
it's a free-for-all. Everybody's just doing their own thing. Why are we doing this? No, just push your buggy like you drive your car, and everything will be okay.
Buc-ee's is like that. It's a big place, so it's just mass. Like, everyone just crossing all over the place. When I go to those theme parks in Orlando, like, I get mad, too, because not just slow walkers like we talked about earlier, but there's people that's walking on the wrong side, and then there's people that are lined up with their 6 people they're with. I can't stand that. That's another thing, Brandon. 3 is a crowd. Like, you shouldn't have your whole posse alone. Like, don't walk side by side, taking up the whole walkway. Be kind and move behind your party. Like, and then get back on the side of them once you let the people pass. Don't block up the whole walkway.
So this sidewalk etiquette is all based off of New Yorkers' opinions?
Yes.
Okay, so Josh, I got to tell you the story. For my senior trip, we went to New York. Our entire class did. And as Southerners, our first instinct is if somebody's walking and they are kind of in the way, we go, "Oh no, you go ahead." Like, and we kind of pause and we because that's the courtesy and such. That's not how people in New York work at all. And I knew that going in. I was telling my friends and all my buddies, I was like, we can't do that whenever we're there. Like, if you're heading in one direction, just
people
continue.
gotta go.
I mean, you've got to be moving with the flow of traffic. You gotta push. And so we were all walking, and I mean, everybody was like, "How is Brandon moving like so quickly? Like, why is he?"
You do walk fast. In the balance game, you were hightailing it to the vehicle.
And they were like, "How is he maneuvering so well?" And it's just because I stood up straight, shoulders back, and I'm walking in my direct area. And people, they can kind of just read body language, and they say, "Okay, I'm not getting in that guy's way."
That dude's on a mission.
And so I had that kind of motion the entire time. And there was one day, and I don't feel bad about it to this day. And I know that people would say you probably should feel bad about that, Brandon, but I don't. I was walking, and there was this lady, and she was walking with her young daughter.
Brandon.
And her young daughter was not paying attention or anything like that. And I was walking forward, and
Kids
her
are bad
daughter
about that.
and her daughter got in the way of me. I didn't push her daughter or anything like that, but she kind of walked into my leg and like ragdolled off of it because, I mean, I'm a much larger figure than a small, like, I mean, this was maybe a 6-year-old or something.
Brandon.
I didn't hurt the child or anything like that, but as I was walking, I heard in the back of my, like, I heard behind me the mom go, "You've got to watch where you're going, honey," because she even knew that her daughter got in the way, and that's just the New York way of life. New York, baby. I was blending in. They thought I was a local.
Kids
I was
are
like,
that.
"Heck yeah, dude."
Kids don't pay attention to what they're doing.
Listen, I prided myself on that trip because I was like, people are gonna think I'm a local, and all the people following behind me are not. And guess what? It worked. My plan worked.
Well, you're kind of right because they say to move quickly and never stop, but they also say zero hate for seniors, dog walkers, and I would even throw in kids, Brandon.
You can't throw in kids
Parents
because they're
with
not
kids. Yes, groups with more priority than you, right? Joggers, bicyclists, scooters. You got to watch out for those people.
And like I
Brandon.
said, I didn't like physically harm this young girl or anything like that. It's just she kind of ran into my leg because she wasn't paying attention, and since she's smaller, she kind of ragdolled.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Luckily, her mom was
You ran
holding-
over the poor girl.
Kind of, yeah.
And don't
so-
spit. Don't spit, they say. Keep your saliva in your mouth. That's nasty. Nobody wants to see that. You ever see the people just like, there's no need for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Just
spitters down
swallow
here.
that. What?
A lot of spitters down here with the tobacco and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about regular spit. Just
Yeah, spit. I mean, I don't think that there's any type of difference between etiquette whenever it comes to spitting, Josh.
Hey, you never know. We might discuss that one day.
Spitting
Stop running
etiquette.
over kids, Brandon. Sad. Brandon said earlier in the show that today it's Get Organized Day. So if you need some motivation to do that, we have some ways that the clutter can affect your health. Maybe it'll encourage you to declutter this weekend.
I need
wanna
to
encourage-
declutter my sink area, dude.
Oh, really?
I'm really bad at doing my dishes because I don't like the way they stink and sit in my sink and all of that. I'll do my dishes and I'll put them on the drying rack. I just don't like putting them up.
So they just sit there.
So they sit on my kitchen area, and instead of going in a cabinet to get them, I just grab them from the clean area because I know they're clean. I just clean them.
That's kind of
But
lazy.
it's lazy and it looks bad. Like if I have somebody come over, they're like, "Dude, why do you have so many dishes
Well,
out?"
here's something. I do that with my laundry. I'll fold my clothes
laundry,
on the couch.
That's a lot more clutter.
And I'll just go and grab a shirt or
This
whatever.
is where I do kind of agree with that. I'll do my laundry, and instead of like putting them on the couch or something, this is bad, I leave them in the hamper. And so then I'll put my dirty clothes on the ground next to the hamper, and it's a bad
You
look.
really want to be a rebel? Leave them in the dryer after they dry.
I don't have a dryer at my house. I
You
have
just grab them out
You want
the
me to leave
dryer.
it at Coin Laundry?
Okay, you know what I mean, though. I leave my towels and stuff in the dryer after I dry them, and I just
If
go
I had
each
my
morning
own
and grab
place
it.
with my own laundry machines and such, I probably would do the same.
Granted, I live alone. I live the bachelor pad lifestyle.
I'm telling you need a dog, dude. I'm gonna get you
so
a dog.
I can do whatever I want. The whole house is mine, basically. But anyway, here's some ways that clutter affects your health, Brandon. It's affecting mine too. I need to declutter a little bit. Maybe this weekend I'll do some spring cleaning. It affects your sleep. Studies have found that the quality of your sleep is worse when your bedroom is a mess. Makes sense. It also makes your allergies worse. If your place is unorganized and cluttered, you're probably not dusting as often as you should. And a lot of people are allergic to pollen. And if I was getting our award trophies that we had won at the LABs this year, or duplicates, because the originals are for the station. And
I'm looking at mine right now. They're sitting to my right.
Don't they look nice?
They look nice, man.
We picked them up yesterday in Baton Rouge, and I was putting them in my bedroom where I have them on my stand, and I saw a bunch of dust. I was like, oh, man, I need a dust. So I might need to do that. Dust off all those trophies.
Right.
It makes it harder to focus, apparently. When there's too much stuff lying around, your brain can't decide what to focus on. Too much visual stimuli going on. Plus, if you have guests over, like, I can't even let them sit on the couch right now because I have socks and underwear and undershirts.
Maybe that's why you don't have many guests.
That might be it. That's maybe why I don't want many guests. And also, it can mess with your mental health. Anxiety and Depression Association of America says hoarding and holding on to possessions well beyond their intended use can have severe emotional, physical, social, and financial effects. So maybe you're just a hoarder. I know there's some people out there, they got to keep everything. They don't like to throw stuff away because it's still good. It still works.
I guess
Clean it up.
I guess take the advice from the professional slobs. Go clean your house. Go clean your place.
Take the laundry off your couch and out your dryer. Fold
And
that stuff up.
Put
and
those
put it-
dishes away.
You ever notice some people look older than what they are and some people look younger than what they are? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Looking at you, I'm thinking you fit the bill.
Sexy, right?
No, that's not the bill I was thinking.
So if you want to keep that youthful glow, if you haven't lost it yet, or at least not look like a really old person just yet when you're not, don't do any of these things, okay? First of all, smoking. More and more studies show that vaping and smoking, it's all bad for your skin. It makes you look older.
Yeah, just stay away from it. It's an ick stick,
And
is what it is.
Stinks too.
You like that? Ick stick.
Too much sun. If you sunbathe too much, or you go to the tanning beds, it just tears up
It'll
your
bleed
skin.
right through your skin and give you cancer.
I mean, that's possible, but it makes you wrinkle up and look
Does make you
dried
wrinkle.
up. You know, a bad diet, a lot of processed food, stuff loaded with sugar and
It's hard to
saturated
get away from
fat.
that here in the United States. You really
It
gotta
is.
you gotta be a really smart shopper.
It is. That one's tough. Not exercising though, that could make you look older than what you are. You lose muscle and bone density as you age. So not working out or exercising, that's not going to help out. Also, too much booze. Apparently, it damages your cells and accelerates your aging process. But I mean, I know there's people that they drink a lot. They've been drinking for a long time. It's almost like it preserves them. They're never going to die, Brent.
Yeah,
They might look old, but they're living for a long time.
That booze keeps them stuck in time. They can't go anywhere.
Chronic stress, long-term stress, it actually limits your body's ability to repair itself. So
I can't avoid that one. I think I'm gonna age pretty quickly because I got some stress, man. Especially with this car.
I was feeling stressed for yesterday when I asked you how's the vehicle going, and you told me how much you were going to have to pay, and I was like, oh, because I remember you freaking out over the amount I had mentioned, and it's like 4 times that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know he's stressing out eating some
Yeah,
ramen
man.
noodles.
It's gonna be a rough go of it for sure.
Bad sleep. You gotta get rest. That's the reason why they say get in your beauty sleep, because literally, it makes you look prettier. So get your beauty sleep.
I mean, you must have been skimping out on that beauty sleep here recently, man.
I'm just tired today,
I did
man.
notice you didn't do you gel your hair?
I didn't
It
put
looks
any.
different today.
What's that stuff that
Pomade, maybe?
Yeah, I didn't put nothing in my hair today.
It doesn't look bad. It just looks different texture.
Yeah, it's just dry and it's not styled or anything. I was like, you know what?
Got a little Bieber action going on. A little
That's what my
swipe
hair
to the
used
side.
to look
yeah,
like.
man.
I'm wearing sweatpants, a hoodie, and I didn't do nothing with my hair this
Hey, man,
morning.
it's Friday. Be a little bit more lazy. Why not?
I'm just trying to get through the day. And then lastly, not brushing your teeth. No one wants to kiss or look at anybody that got gingivitis. It actually leads to heart
You got to be
disease,
careful
too.
when you brush your teeth, though, because whenever I brush my teeth, I have a heavier toothbrush and I have an electrical toothbrush. And because I guess I brush my teeth too hard, my lower gums on my front two teeth, it's receding at the rate that the last time I went to the dentist, they said it's like a 40-year-old person.
That ain't
Like,
the only thing that's receding like a 40-year-old
oh, dude,
person.
my hair's bad too. But right now I'm talking about my teeth. And so at some point, they told me that they're gonna have to graft skin from the inside of my cheeks to my
insane.
gums to try and reset them.
Painful.
It's gonna be painful, and I mean I'm gonna have to take off of work to do that at some point.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do that, and I don't have money to do it anytime soon since I just had to pay money on this stupid car.
I never heard of your gums receding like that.
So
That's
the older
insane.
you get, the more those gums, they kind of recede and such. And I think, don't quote me on this, I think ladies' gums kind of recede a little bit quicker. And they said that mine were at the rate of like a 40-year-old lady's.
If you look under here behind mine, I have these 2 bumps.
Oh, no.
Like it's like bone. And
I
I
don't-
think everyone has
How
bone
about
right there.
don't show me the inside of your mouth again? I don't want to see that. That's gross.
I have bones.
And now you're going to have to go wash your
I
hands
know.
since you've been sticking your fingers in your mouth.
And like he said that my bones in there are bigger than the average person my age.
So you're big boned?
I guess.
I guess that's the excuse
but-
you'll keep using.
He's saying that I'm gonna have to they'll keep growing too, and they might start bothering me after a while, and it'll be hard to eat and stuff. So he's like, you may have to get that removed. I was like, I am not pulling that out.
This is a tie-in to earlier. Maybe whenever they started making manufacturing things to be faulty, maybe our genetics started doing the same, man. We're both screwed up.
At least I look good.
Oh, okay.
At least I look good.
I can't really
Maybe
say
not
the same.
today because I didn't really do anything with my hair, but I look good.
You have your days. I don't know if today is one of them, but you have your days.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.